Welcome to me reviewing every single Scooby-Doo animated film that exists as far as I know. So, this review slash rating is towards Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire. This movie was good because you get to see the Hex Girls again, which is amazing. And, of course, it involves vampires, which I also love because I love anything to do with vampires because vampires are awesome. But I love how it's like not real as well. But like, you know how Scooby-Doo is and them not being real, cuz you think that it's real at first, but it turns out that it's like guys in masks that are also wearing makeup over those masks that they're wearing because they want to be able to win the whole competition because they weren't able to enter the competition. Which I found that interesting because of the fact that, they went through so much hassle of buying specialty masks because they couldn't enter if they were their original band from the previous year. So they got specialty masks, and then they painted over those masks every single night to be the previous band again, which was weird but interesting all at once. But I found it entertaining, and of course, the Hex Girls had to be part of the plot because, the Hex Girls, they're friends with the Scooby Gang, so of course they had to be involved somewhere. And I mean, the music is a jam in this movie. Because, how could you not love the music for this movie? This was classic Scooby-Doo. And, and I love that it all started from them taking a vacation to Sydney. Like, who goes to Sydney and is just like, you know what? Just because we've randomly heard of this music festival that we would have never heard of if, say this sign wasn't just hanging up, randomly behind us, of course. And then suddenly they're just like, oh, guess we'll go to that music festival then. And then suddenly, everybody they know is there. Well, not everybody. The Hex Girls are about the only ones they know, but it was still interesting to see those interactions. But yeah, altogether, I give this movie I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because, yeah, I was debating on giving it an 8 or a 9 out of 10, but then I was like, you have to cue in the parts where it's just like, but you had to set up the Hex Girls like this, and oh, you had to make it more complicated than it needed to be, because you could have just, not been so complex about it. And then the lying with the friends and all that, and everything that went along with that. But it was still an interesting story, and of course, it's a great movie to watch during Halloween time. You can watch it any other time of the year as well. It's a good one to watch any time of the year. But if you want a vampire movie to watch right now that's not too scary for kids, I would recommend this one because this is early Scooby-Doo to where it like hits our childhoods. Because I'm 25, so, this hits my childhood pretty well. But, people that want to have a movie that's suitable for their kids to watch during Halloween time, this one's a perfect one to watch. Plus, it's got music in it that's not inappropriate in any way, shape, or form. And plus, you get to hear the Hex Girls song from a previous movie if you've been watching, my series so far. So, yeah, that is all I have to say upon this movie. So, I hope you will be, watching the rest of this series as it goes on because I am going to involve another vampire movie within this video as well, and I hope you will stay and watch that one. So I also watched Scooby-Doo and the Music of the Vampire. Well, it's actually Music of the Vampire. But this movie was actually a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. It was actually my first time watching it. I had never watched it before. And it was actually really, really entertaining. They involved Van Helsing in it, which I thought was very interesting, but it turns out spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie as well, Van Helsing was the vampire in the end the whole time, which I find a bit weird, but enjoyable because it's a twist you see coming, but also not see coming all at the same exact time because you're just like, oh, there's no way it could be Van Helsing because, he's the, curator and he's also, known for his family being vampire hunters. Why would he dress up as a vampire and go through all this hassle and everything? And, this movie, I'm going to rate it at a 7 as well because of the fact that the musical numbers get a little, it's a good musical. I give it that, but they were trying too hard for it to be a musical and made every single thing they did into a musical to try to make it make sense. And see, I don't like it when they push the musical end on you. And that's why I'm like, because not everybody likes musicals. And I was kind of hoping that they'd, dilute it a little bit, Yeah, it goes with the storyline. Yeah, I get it's supposed to be a musical, but do you have to be like musical every, little bit? Because, I love musicals, but this one is not my favorite. But I do love the concept of Van Helsing throughout this to bring people to the little town that he lives in and everything, to get promotion for his books, everything like that. And I enjoy that whole concept. I enjoy the vampire concept, but I also hate the, you know, musical aspect of this whole thing because I think it would have been a great movie without the musical aspect. Like you could have called it Scooby-Doo and the Vampires of Louisiana or something. I don't know. You could have came up with a different name and then just not had the musical parts because it would have been great without it. It's good with the music, but it would even be better probably without the music. I couldn't tell you for sure because they didn't make a copy that wasn't with music. But yeah, I actually, like I said, enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I didn't know if I would enjoy this movie, honestly. But then again, I'm like, I find very few Scooby-Doo movies that I don't like. So it's very interesting to see one that I almost didn't think I'd like, but then I ended up liking it because A, musical, B, Scooby-Doo, and C, it was very entertaining to watch. It took me forever to find a version to watch, so if you can find a copy, pick it up, because I do recommend it, and it's great for, like I always say, October, spooky time. Mostly I say that because a lot of these videos, most of these videos I'm recording during spooky time, and I'm giving recommendations for that as well as, just stuff to watch. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. And if you did, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And if you subscribe, don't forget to press that bell notification so that way you will be notified whenever I upload videos because this series is going to be running for most of the month of October. If I do these pairings of two together, I will try to do my best to, add something towards the end of the month if I keep doing it like this and add multiples into one day because I felt the need to. But that is it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So bye for now, everyone.